Hey, welcome to Cow-Free Kicks. This is an interesting new release from a brand that I have never reviewed before and didn't really know anything about until this sneaker was released. It is the Li Ning Windranger. When I review a pair of sneakers on the channel, I always look into 5 different categories when I'm reviewing them, and at the end of the video I'll give them an overall rating out of 5 stars. This is a lifestyle sneaker review channel, so I won't be getting really into the nitty-gritty of how these will perform as a performance running sneaker. I'm really interested to see if these can transition over into a lifestyle shoe, and if you like what you see as you're going along, do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up by clicking the like button below, and if you've got 2 seconds you can also take the time to subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button, and if you click the little bell next to it you'll also get a fresh notification on your device every time a video drops on the channel. Let's get straight into this review by seeing if these Li Ning Windrangers look any good on feet. I think these Li Ning Windrangers look absolutely killer on feet and in hand. Really do like the bold aesthetic lines that you get with this sneaker. Now if you like me and you don't know anything about the Li Ning brand, Li Ning is a former Olympic gold medalist gymnast from China who has set up a sportswear brand. I think it's been going for around 30 years now, and these are part of the premium collection for 2020. Now I've never ever had a pair of Li Ning trainers in hand before. These are now available in more of like the high-end kind of fashion sneaker boutiques, and I think they primarily were designed to be runners, but I think now they're edging into the lifestyle sneaker market really because of the way that they look, and I think they look great. And there's 2 main features of this sneaker that I really do like that I wasn't too sure I would like at first. The first one is this incredibly chunky high density foam midsole. Really do like the lines that come with this midsole up around to the midfoot. Huge amount of chunk near the toe and towards the heel of the shoe. I like the way that it plateaus off near the back with this hint of red. I really do like that little bit of colour there. The second feature I really like also is this storm flap that you get with the shoe. Now this covers up the lacing system. This is as far down as the flap will go on the shoe, so it doesn't expose the full lacing system. That might be an issue for some people that want to lace them up real tight, but for me I found it quite easy to lace up, to be honest. You've got some 3M detailing on the laces here. That doesn't really matter because when you close the storm flap, just there with the Velcro attachment, just on that part of the sneaker there, you don't get to see any of the laces at all anyway, so I'm not sure why that 3M detailing would come into use. You look around the other side there, it's full storm flap on this side here. You've got some exposed synthetic materials there, and again on the other side here with some little detailing that are for the Windranger that you see there again on the Velcro tab. You also see it on the toe of the storm flap. Some more 3M detailing here which really stands out. Now, there's very limited information about this sneaker online as to what these materials are, but it is a fully synthetic textile upper on the sneaker. But I can't really give you that much more details. I can't even name the type of mid-foam that's used on the midsole. But I can tell you that this part of the sneaker here, this ring around the back, is like a temperature cooling ring. Now, it is hardened TPU. Above it, you get standard foam that you would find around the edge of a heel here, and it's covered up by a little bit of a storm flap at the back of the shoe there. underneath there's a very kind of like a softer foam that you can tell is going to let the air into the shoe. Now it's there for breathability, to regulate the temperature of the shoe and the heel to let air flow in and out. I think that's a really nice feature. The main feature for the shoe for me is the size of this midsole, and I do like the clean look when this storm flap is done up. If you flip it to the bottom, you've got a hardened plastic plate on the bottom of the shoe here to support the arch of your foot, and then you've actually got running spikes on it, but they are very small. They don't really stick out a lot. You can kind of see them against my shirt there. They don't really protrude too much, only a couple of millimeters. I think they translate so well into a lifestyle shoe, mainly because of the comfort, which I'm going to come on to next when I put these to the test on my back doorstep. As you can see from the curb test, this high density kind of pelleted condensed midsole is incredibly soft. You can see just from putting your foot on it that it kind of collapses and offers instant comfort, and then when you're putting additional pressure on it, the bounce response you get from it when you're lifting your foot off is incredible. I was sad to take these off and put on my Ultra Boost from Adidas. I missed wearing these when I was wearing my Ultra Boost. That's how much bounce and comfort I got from these, mainly because of the fact there's so much of this high density pelleted foam available, and it really does offer a lot of comfort from toe to heel. Now sizing wise, these are spot on. Don't worry about going half a size up or half a size down. On the inside of the sneaker, you do get a gel insole. Now it is quite a thick gel insert, just there with like a high vis finish to it. You can see there's additional padding just there on the toes and also on the heel. But I did take the shoe off and wear it without, just to see if this high density foam was offering that much comfort, and it really does. Really love the foam that they've used on this shoe. Comfort, easy 5 stars without a doubt. Next I want to move on to their weight, where I want to pop them on the scales to show you how much they weigh. So tipping the scales at 358 grams. That's not a bad weight. When you're looking at weight, you're looking to see if it is a little bit heavier. Now normally I'd like to see shoes that are technically going to be lightweight under the 350, 330 gram mark. This does just tip over that, but look at the amount of this high density foam you're getting. That really does offer so much comfort that I really don't mind that these weigh a little bit more than I'd like to see. So weight wise, coming in at a really good weight considering what you're getting for that weight. Next I want to move on to their breathability, where I'm going to pump the sneaker full of smoke to see how breathable this fully synthetic and textile upper is. The smoke escaped nicely from the upper of this Li Ning Windranger. What you get with this Li Ning Windranger is this synthetic textile material here on the side of the foot. Now this is actually duplicated on the toe box area, but you can't see that because it's underneath this kind of storm flap. But one thing the smoke test did show for sure is that this storm flap definitely is not waterproof, because the smoke escaped through it. If it was waterproof, none of the smoke would have escaped. So it may be water resistant or kind of splash proof, but definitely not fully waterproof. Another thing the video showed is if you watch very carefully, quite towards the end, you can see some smoke escaping from this temperature reduction area that they've added on the heel of the shoe with this lower density foam. Now that does show that this part here is going to increase the breathability of the shoe, which is quite a nice addition because you don't really get that much air escaping from many sneakers in the heel part. So overall, I think the breathability for this shoe is good. Next, I want to move on to their price. These come in at £180. Now, for a brand that possibly doesn't have the recognition that it might deserve when it produces shoes like this, I was shocked a little bit to have to pay £180 for this shoe. Maybe because it's more of a high-end fashion lifestyle shoe than it is other sneakers like Nike and Adidas and stuff like that. Maybe that's why their price point is so high, but I just think it's too high. I think really I wouldn't want to pay more than 160, 165 for these shoes. So unfortunately, I think they are a little bit overpriced. Next, I want to move on to their overall score. Now, these sneakers offer such great comfort and I think they look great, but I do think they are let down by their price. Now, breathability wise, they're good. They could be a little bit better. And weight, I think they come in pretty much spot on for what you're getting for the shoe. So a very, very strong 4.5 stars for these Li Ning Windrangers. If you've liked what you've seen today, please do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up. You can drop any comments below. Also follow me on Instagram. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel before you leave. And thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you again soon for another one. Thank you, bye.